have one for you.
Okay.
Well, so I'm going to try this one out, see how it flies.
Undivided attention.
Okay. You see, there was a woman who was 3 months pregnant.
Yes, sir.
And unfortunately, the woman took ill. In fact, it was very serious, her illness. In fact, so serious that she slipped into a coma. Yeah. About 7 months later, all of a sudden she awoke from the coma. And of course, the first thing she did was summon the doctor over and said, Doctor, how's my baby?
Yes.
And the doctor said, well, you'll be very happy to know that you delivered not just one, but 2 healthy babies, a little baby boy and a little baby girl.
Fabulous.
And the woman, thank goodness. I was so worried about the baby, and it's 2 and they're healthy, that's great. But doctor, who named the children? And the doctor said, well, the only one available at the time was your brother, and he named the children.
Gee.
And the woman goes, oh no, not my brother. He's dumb, he's daft, he's dim-witted. He wouldn't know what to name my children. My goodness, what did he name my daughter? And the doctor said, well, you'll be happy to know that he named your daughter Denise. She said, Denise, I love that name. I love that name. If I were to name my daughter, that's exactly the name I would have picked. I love Denise. What did he name my son? And the doctor looked at her and said, the nephew.
Oh, gosh. Well, I want to tell you gentlemen something. Excellent.
You got one. Somebody's got
now,
one. Now,
listen, let me tell you about these 2 brothers. One older brother and one younger brother. Always getting into trouble. Always touching things that have no business touching. Always mischief. Mother got whim and found out that these 2 boys constantly getting into trouble. Came home one day. Mother said, listen, I know what you guys are out there doing. Your older brother giving instructions to the younger brother giving instructions to the older brother. Always touching things, taking things that just don't belong to them and have no business having whatsoever. Said, I know how to handle you 2 rascals. You're going down to the church to speak to the pastor. She gets on the phone, calls the pastor up, says, listen, these guys need a real good talking to. I'm sending them down there to you. On the way down to the church, the older brother says, listen, you go ahead down there and speak to the pastor. I'm going to wait here about a block and a half away because I've already gone through this and I'm not going through this again. Go ahead and come back and tell me how things turn out. The young boy goes into the church. Pastor tells him, say, listen, man, sit down. The young boy sits down in the seat, all snug and comfortable. The pastor walks over to the young boy and says, listen, where is God? The young boy tensed up a little bit, eased back into his seat. The pastor walks over to him again. He says, listen, I'm asking you, where is God? The young boy holds onto his seat real tight like. The pastor looks at him, real stern look, and points at him. I'm asking you one more time, where is God? The young boy gets up out of the seat, bolts out of the door, runs down the street about a half or 2 blocks away. The older brother catches him. He says, listen, what is wrong? What is the problem? The young boy says, listen, God is missing. They blaming us, and they think we took him.
All right, well, I got one for you guys then. I need to tell you about this camping trip my wife and I took a couple years back. We were in this cabin out in the middle of nowhere, and I mean in the middle of nowhere. The closest shop was 2 miles away down this really steep hill. Outside of that, nothing. So we're there a couple of days, and I'll be darned if we're there and we run out of dog food. So I'm like, okay. So I take the 2-mile trek down the hill to the corner store, and I walk in, and there's the shopkeep there behind the counter, and walk up to the counter. Hello, Mr. Shopkeep. I need me a bag of dog food, please. He looks at me with this really dumb look, and just looks me straight in the eye and goes, you got yourself a dog? I'm like, Yes, I got myself a dog. What do you think, it's for me? Yes, I got a dog. Well, where's the dog? I wasn't going to get anywhere. So I leave the store. I take the 2-mile trek back up the hill to the cabin, put the dog on his leash, walk back to the store, walk back in and go, all right, Mr. Shopkeep, here's the dog. Okay. And he sells me the bag of dog food and I go on my way. 3 days later, we run out of cat food. So I have to walk down the 2-mile hill and I walk into the shop. Mr. Shopkeep, I need me a bag of cat food, please. Well, you got yourself a cat? Walk back up the 2 miles, put the cat in her carrier, walk back down the 2 miles. All right, Mr. Shopkeep, here's my cat. Okay. And he sells me the bag of cat food. And I thought I'd be done. 3 days later, I have to take a trip down to that shop again. But this time I come prepared. I walk into that shop and I put a big old box right on the counter and I go, here's your proof, Mr. Shopkeep. Now tell me what I need. He puts the hand into the box and feels around, gets this real look on his face. Is this what I think it is? Yeah, I need a 6-pack of toilet paper, so cough it up.
1959, Moss Hart is talking with Alan Lerner. They wanted to write a musical based on the book, The Once and Future King.